looking at alcoholism as an addiction compared to, say, an addiction to drugs, would you say alcoholics have a much longer road to recovery if they can't find help or help themselves?
A longer road to recovery than addicts generally?
Yeah, well, the only reason I asked the question is because you don't see many heroin or crack addicts trying to come clean after 20 years because they're normally dead.
True.
Would you say becoming an alcoholic is a slow death?
Oh yeah, most definitely. Unless you, I mean, I knew a guy who'd been sober 30 odd years. He picked up a drink, and it was around Christmas time, and he fell down his stairs, broke his neck. So that for him was instant. So again, you can meet a demise in a very quick way through alcohol, or it can be a slow. If you're unfortunate enough to have a slow, painful death, then that's what it is.
If you can't find help,
if you choose, the help is there. If you choose, denial is an unofficial part of addiction. The person who's addicted very, very rarely. I mean, it's only the fortunate ones that realise that they have an addiction and want to do something about it. But a lot of addicts won't seek help. And with alcohol, you can end up bleeding from literally every orifice. And you could be your organs can pack up and cause immense pain and suffering, and that's not even the suffering of those loved ones around you. No, it's a horrific death. As I said, I don't have enemies, but if I did have enemies, I wouldn't inflict them with alcohol-induced madness. It's more than cunning, baffling, powerful.
Yeah.
It's utterly devastating.
It's mentally devastating.
Mentally, physically, psychologically, spiritually. It destroys the brain and the body. So,
when you were an alcoholic, tell me a little about your first thoughts on waking. What's the first thing you would think? Were they like, I need a drink, I need to stop drinking, or I need a headache tablet?
All of those things. I mean, I'm still an alcoholic. I'm an alcoholic in recovery. I've recovered from the insanity of the things that you've just said.
Yeah.
So I don't wake up like that anymore. So I've recovered from that point of view. But I'm not cured. I will never be cured.
I meant at the time when you were drinking a lot.
Well, all of this, I would wake up sometimes not knowing if it was dusk or dawn. Yeah, you'd lose all track of time. I would reach out in the night for a recollection of leaving a bottle beside the bed or a glass on the table, and because the hangover symptoms are kicking in, you'd want to knock those out again. You'd want to. I can remember having smashed a car up, and I knew it was parked. I'd left it outside. So in. That's got to be somebody I offended in drink. So when the realization would start to kick back in, that I'd have to ring the insurance company.
Yeah.
It was, where's the bottle? Just anesthetize this feeling again. This discomfort, this pain, this mental pain. Let's anesthetize that.
Yeah.
So I would, I'd look, and very often there would be none left. And then there would be the turmoil. Oh my God, I gotta go and get more. And you'd have to. I was living in Wolverhampton, and I would only be 500 yards from a main store. In fact, I'd only be a minute from a corner shop. But the corner shop, the owners were fully aware. And I would have already had alcohol on a tab. Bottles, and I needed to pay, so I couldn't go there, so I'd have to go somewhere else and things like that. So I mean, these are in the last years of excess.
So you wouldn't wake up and think, oh, tea and toast. You'd think,
Oh no.
I need a drink.
Oh God, yeah. But again, that's progressive. You know, it doesn't start like that, and it you know you really get to that stage. I think you know, after a few years of drinking. I mean, maybe one or some do, but I think in the main, you know, I don't know, maybe 15, 20 years perhaps of drinking. I don't know, everyone's different. I mean, there's biological variation. And although we all got arms and legs and heads and brains and stuff, there's biological variation. So you know, there are similarities, but there's you know, there are always differences between individuals.
Yeah.
Um,
So give me an example of a typical day in Alan's life when the alcohol addiction took hold of you. What would be a typical day? You'd wake up and
the worst point, I think, was when I mean, I would, as I said, I used to work all week so that I could enjoy myself on the weekend. I knew that if I drank Monday, Tuesday, I wouldn't be able to go into work and do my job. So I had enough control. I was able to push the cravings aside for a while, for a short time. But come Friday, you know, I'd earned it. I'd worked hard. I'd achieved a lot. So I deserved to have a drink, and nobody was going to stop me. And I knew that I had Saturday and Sunday to recover, and I'd be back in work again doing my, you know, saving the world.
Yeah.
But again, what happens progressively over the course, for me it was a course of years, for others it might be less. But I was then drinking on a Saturday as well. So I was looking forward to going out Friday night, probably straight after work, having a couple in the bar, maybe having a couple in the bar Friday lunchtime, in kind of readiness for the excitement of you know, wow, Friday night, man.
Yeah.
So, but then Saturday I'd probably be drinking Saturday lunchtime down the pub, or certainly I'd be drinking Saturday evening, watching a film, having a curry. You know, that to me was perfectly normal. I'd earned it, I could afford it, it wasn't an issue. But then after, again, a number of years, whatever, I found that I would drink Sunday morning. I would be waking up Sunday mornings feeling worse away. And that was unpleasant. That was discomfort, pain, for want of a better expression. So it got to the point where I would go down the pub Sunday morning. So now I was drinking Friday night, most of Saturday, certainly from lunchtime through tea time into the evening till late at night, and then I was waking up then and I was topping back up because I'd still be drunk from the Saturday and the Friday. So I literally would be topping back up to feel normal Sunday morning. But it doesn't stop there. Even though then I knew I wanted to put the brakes on because I knew then my time for recovery was getting less. Because again, Monday morning, bang, back in work. You have to be bushy-eyed and tailed or whatever it is. So I desperately, again, you know, I told him my determination and my ability to get off my ass and do what needed to be done. You know, I had a lot of determination, a lot of dedication, determination, a lot of commitment. So if I put I knew, you know, my career, this is what I'd studied years from.
Yeah.
But it was overpowering. So eventually, I'd be drinking on Sunday in the morning to offset the feeling, and then of course, you know, I'd have a couple of pints with my Sunday lunch. Not that I could taste my Sunday lunch. It was the same at Christmas. You'd have turkey for Christmas. I never tasted it. You know, I'd be well half oiled by the time we ate. So it was always just it was just a routine, you know, a festive gesture really. And then it got to the point where I'd be drinking all day Sunday and into Sunday night. So all I would have to recover would be several hours through the night before I'd get up to be in work for 8:30 or 9 o'clock. Then it got to the point where I couldn't go into work. So I would have to then take and they will leave at short notice. I'd phone in on a Monday morning and say, "Oh, look, something's cropped up. Can I take a week off?
Yeah.
And I got to go sort some stuff out." And you know, because I had a good job, you know, they facilitated, they allowed it, and they enabled me to do that. And so I'd take a week off, probably I'd take 3 days off or anything, so that I could pull myself back together, dry myself out, you know, get back into work like it. Wow, that was a close shave, wasn't it? You know.
Yeah.
Or I'd phone in sick. I'd phone in sick, say, "Oh, you know, I got the 2 bob bits today," and I go,
You
whatever.
spend all day Monday nursing a hangover.
Well, the tendency was, you know, that I'd have the week off, and then that would allow me then to carry on.
Mm.
It was too easy.
This was towards the end.
Drinking. Yeah.
Yeah.
As you say, I got to the point where I couldn't go into work anymore. Bang, I was done.
Yeah.
You know, that was, and then I lost job. You know, I lost my career. I drank it away. You know, I didn't fall by the wayside. My drinking pushed my career away, pushed everything away.
Yeah. When you were drinking, would you have supplies in the house?
Oh God, yeah.
Or
absolutely.
So you'd always
Hidden
have
supplies.
like a reserve.
Oh yeah, and hidden.
Yeah.
Oh yes, yeah.
So if you knew you had drink in the house, how long would it be there for? Would it be like, it's there, I need to, it's got to go?
No, I mean, I if my wife has a bottle, you know, she likes a glass of wine every now and again, and she'll say, "Oh, I'll pull a cork on the bottle." So, I don't even think about it. The cork goes straight to the bin. You know, and she said, "What do you throw the cork for? You only want a glass." No, to me that's abnormal drinking. I don't understand people who put corks back in bottles, you know, because I never did.
No.
No, I used to hide. I'd hide bottles.
Yeah. Where would you hide it?
Anywhere where it couldn't be found. Only where I would. I mean, you know what I used to do. When I was married, my first marriage, it was. I said, you know, you can look on it with humour, but actually it was quite tragic. You know, we'd come back from shopping, and we'd get in the kitchen. So I'd be quick to put the bottles, a bottle of vodka or something in the kitchen table, and I'd say, "Go on, then I'll you pop to the loo then first, because we only had one toilet." I'd say, "You pop to the loo then, and I'll pour us a glass," you know. So she'd go, like, and I'd go upstairs. So then it'd be 2 glasses. I'd pour 2 glasses. I'd down one. Then I'd fill mine back up. Then I'd hide that glass in amongst the other glasses, out of the way, and that would be there then. For when the bottle is empty, I could go and retrieve that one that I'd reserved for later. And she wouldn't know. So by the time she come back down, look, I'd make sure she wouldn't see the bottle.
So we'll go back to that question that I asked you. So where would you hide it?
Well, I had my favourite places. Yeah, I mean, obviously different addresses where I was living, different places. But
did you have a shed? Did you have a garage? Did you hide it in the shed?
No, I don't think I did. It was more to do with in the kitchen. You know, I'd find, because whenever I take, you know, bags of shopping, the first place you go is into the kitchen. So there would be several locations that would be up and over, out of the way. I mean, my first wife was quite short, so I knew she couldn't reach. You know, so it would be in view, but in my view, it wouldn't be in her view. So I knew she couldn't see it unless she got on ladders. You know, so I was always confident that I could hide it.
Was it never chilled then when you poured it? Did it not matter?
Well, that's sophisticated. You don't worry about it being, unless it's lager. No, I mean, after as you said, after the first couple, you know, a couple of bottles of vodka, sort of thing. It doesn't have to be shaken, not stirred, that type of thing. I mean, it's.
If Caroline found it, would she pour it away?
Oh God, no. Oh no, she wouldn't dare. No. I mean, I protected my reserves of alcohol with my life. I mean, it's of such importance. And when you crave it and you go to the lengths to get it, when you're addicted to it, well, as you said, there are people out there, I'm sure, that don't even consider that they're addicted, and they still go to lengths to make sure, safeguard their drinking, and whether that's to make sure that they can, they can go to work of a lunchtime, and so that they can have a drink.
Yeah.
You organise your life around your drink, and that's the difference between an alcoholic and a non-alcoholic. Again, a non-alcoholic will drink given circumstances. If the circumstances facilitate drink, then you'll have a drink. An alcoholic will manipulate and will think about circumstances to make sure that there's a supply wherever they are. They will adapt their life around the drink.
Yeah.
Did
you have a preferred drink, or did you just drink anything?
I did have a preferred drink. It was the one that was in my hand. Whatever I had in my hand, that was it.
Yeah.